guys, today I'm back to film my May favorites, or kind of more current favorites I guess, because I haven't filmed for like 2 weeks. There has been some reasons why, things in my personal life, they're not really, I feel like, my business to share, because it's kind of stuff that is going on with my boyfriend. So, I mean, it is stuff that is very important and very hard to deal with, so it's kind of where I've been, is just being there for him. But I feel like lately there's just been a lot of really bad stuff going on for pretty much everyone. I know my best friend at work, her grandma passed away, you know, and then there's all the things going on in Orlando, from, you know, that singer, she got shot. There's the Orlando club shooting. There was that little boy that got dragged into the water by an alligator. And I know, like, someone else had posted the other day that their mom had a heart attack and almost passed away. And it was just like, you know, it's kind of just seems like all this bad stuff kind of happening at once. So I know, you know, we're not the only ones going through it, but that's just kind of where I've been, and why I haven't really filmed is because he has had a lot of stuff going on and it hasn't been easy to deal with. But anyways, let's go ahead and jump into the favorites. I have a favorite, or some favorites, an unfavorite, and then an honorable mention. So it's mostly all just favorites. So first things first, we've been going to Six Flags. We have season passes. I think I've mentioned that in another video, but we always go a lot and I always get burnt. It just always happens. It's just unavoidable, and it kind of sucks because it like kind of ruins your day knowing like, hey, I'm having so much fun right now, but tomorrow I'm going to be in so much pain. I just have not found a sunscreen for me that doesn't, I just don't get burnt. And you know, the thing is that I do try to reapply and all that kind of stuff, and it doesn't always work out. So a friend of mine was talking about how this one is such a great one for fair skin. This is the Sun Bum, I guess just SPF 50. It says Premium Moisturizing Sunscreen Lotion. This is fantastic. The only part of me that got burnt while we were there was my scalp, which I didn't put any sunscreen there, but I do believe Sun Bum has some hair products that might have SPF in them. So it's something I'm going to look into, because this is pretty painful, especially when I brush my hair. It feels like I'm ripping my hair out, which is why my hair looks so weird today, I feel like, is because I feel like I can't really do my hair because it hurts. It hurts my scalp. But I managed to not get burnt at all using this. I really, really like it. It does have a banana scent. And one thing too I think a lot of people like is, you know, it has a ton of benefits here on the back. Like, it's paraben-free, gluten-free, cruelty-free, 100% vegan, hypoallergenic, non-comedogenic, you know. So there's a ton of benefits to this as well. But I am glad that I think I found a sunscreen that is going to work for me. Six Flags is a pretty good test, but I'm going to keep kind of testing it out and making sure that it is going to really work for me. But this was my first favorite. Next up is the CoverGirl Super Sizer Mascara. A lot of people have raved about this, and I was just like, I don't think it looks like it's going to be anything that great. And I actually have really grown to like this mascara. I have to say, I think this might be my favorite drugstore mascara. I don't feel like, though, it gives a ton of volume, at least for me, or if I want a lot of volume, I have to really build it, which takes a lot of time. But, I mean, I just have it on today, so I'm kind of looking. It just gives a lot of definition, and I feel like a lot of length, which is something that I've kind of liked lately. I've kind of been a little less into the super, super thick lashes and kind of been more into softer, just longer lashes. So this has kind of been perfect for that. The only thing is, it is a plastic bristle wand, which I'm not crazy about, but I do feel like I'm able to, most of the time, not poke myself in the eye with this, and it's not too painful. So I have really liked this. I'm going to pick up the waterproof formula, and hopefully that'll be really great for this summer. But we will see. So this has been a huge favorite. A few lip products I was loving this month. First up are the Lorac Alter Ego lip glosses. These are just so good. I think these are probably my favorite, like all-time favorite lip gloss formula. They're like the butter glosses kind of, in the sense that they have very sweet smelling, they're very buttery, but they also have a little bit of a thicker consistency to them than the butter glosses. So I feel like they last a little bit longer, which is kind of nice. For a while I felt like the butter glosses last longer, but I think that's because whenever I wear those, I tend to wear a lip liner underneath, so then they kind of seem like they're lasting longer. But you know, bare lips comparison between butter glosses and this does last longer because it's thicker. But they have a ton of beautiful colors. This one here is Goddess, this one here is Duchess. Duchess has been kind of just in my purse, just my go-to like nude lip gloss lately, and then Goddess is kind of a more fun purpley one, but they're just so good. Besides the longevity, I mean, they're just so creamy and moisturizing, and I've just loved them for that, because I have a lot of problems with my lips getting chapped during the summertime, just kind of getting burnt essentially, I guess. And it's just nice to have a really moisturizing, comfortable lip gloss. Another favorite lip product this month is the Bare Minerals Marvelous Moxie lip gloss in Birthday Babe. This is in my Project Pan, but the formula is just, it is really nice. It's a nice kind of cooling sensation. It can be a little intense, I think, but overall it's not too bad on a normal, you know, day. But if I'm getting in my car and the AC is blasting, it is a little bit uncomfortable then. But more than anything, it's kind of been a favorite because of the color. It's such a pretty coral color, and it has glitter in it. I don't know if the glitter is going to show up super well on camera, but the color itself is just beautiful, and I've loved pairing this over so many different lip colors. It kind of adds a nice, like, summery touch to the color, so this has been mostly a favorite just for the color, but the formula is pretty good as well. It's not super long lasting, but it's not terrible either. I've had lip glosses that last way less time, so it's not too terrible. It's just, it's not as long lasting as some other ones. Another favorite this month, it's been hard to not use this and use my Project Pan fragrances, but this is the Kate Spade Walk on Air. I just have the Rollerball because I tend to get sick of fragrances pretty quickly, which is kind of nice. That's kind of why I like the Sephora Play Box, because, you know, you just get that sample fragrance and I can use it and then I'm done. But this, I seriously think I'm going to have to purchase like the 3.4 ounce, like the huge bottle of this, because every time I smell this, I'm like, yeah, this is just what I want to smell like for the rest of my life. Like, this is just such a great scent. It's like a clean, it's kind of clean smelling, but it's got like a little bit of a floralness to it, I guess. I don't know. It's just, every time I smell this, I'm like, yep, this is what I want to smell like for the rest of my life. It's just so good. The only thing I don't really like is I don't really like the Rollerball, because I know, like, it doesn't look like I've used a whole lot, and it can be really hard to get the perfume out of here. So that's kind of a downside to the Rollerball, but I am looking forward to getting the actual spray. The spray, the packaging is adorable. It's kind of like round and it has a black bow on it. It's super cute. So this has been my favorite perfume lately. Sadly, I haven't got to wear it a ton with Project Pan fragrances, but it is still a definite favorite for me. I feel like out of all the products this month, this is like the biggest favorite of them all. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I bought this a few months ago and I didn't really use it, and I've been using other things, you know, Benefit Hoola, the contour color on my Maybelline Master Contour Palette. So I just hadn't really gotten to use this, and then this month I was like, you know, as much as I love the Maybelline one, I'm gonna put that one away and I'm gonna pull out this one because I haven't got to use it yet. This is so good. I know everyone has been, you know, talking about it in past videos and stuff, but it really is just really, really great. As a super fair person, I am kind of more picky about bronzers because I don't want them to be too dark. I don't want them to be orange. I don't want them to be too red. I'm just really picky about them, I feel like. And I've always felt like Too Faced bronzers were the best there was. They always just blended out like a dream. They always looked really nice. But this kind of beats it. I'm kind of more in love with this. So this is what it looks like here. Mine, I believe, is in the, yes, the light bronze, but there is another color called bronze. They look really similar in the packaging though, so I don't feel like there's going to be a huge shade difference. And I think that if you're, you know, kind of medium skin tone to even deeper, this probably isn't really going to work, because I mean, this looks super, super light. And it is really super light, which is kind of why it works for me. But I mean, you can kind of see I've already like started to wear off the design with mine, and it's just, it's such a light bronzer color. I don't feel like I'm ever overdoing it. I have it on today, just, you know, around the perimeters of my face, and I feel like it just gives a nice bronze glow, which is really just what I want right now. But I've even used this as eyeshadows and stuff. It is just so creamy and blendable and wonderful. It does have a really strong scent. I know a lot of people have mentioned it's got like a pina colada scent, which yeah, I could see that's kind of a coconutty scent, which I think at first I was like in love with the scent and I was like, cool, like it smells really nice, but now I'm a little bit over it, and the scent is pretty strong. So it might be one of the downsides is that it's fragranced and it's a little bit of a strong scent, but I mean otherwise, like packaging and everything, it is just so, it's so cute, it's wonderful. It's, like I said, probably my biggest favorite this month is because I've used this almost every day. It's one product that I look forward to using every day because I know it's, no matter what I do, it's going to come out great, it's going to look good. So I've been in love with this. So in addition to using pretty much my dip brow every day, there have been a few days lately where I've kind of switched up and wore a brow pencil instead. Today being one of them, I just wanted something a little quicker, a little easier. My dip brow, you know, I do have it down pretty fast, but every once in a while I'm like, give me a brow pencil, I just need to switch it up. So, and at first when I switched back to this, I didn't like it. It is the NYX Sculpt and Highlight Brow Contour Pencil. So it has a highlight on one end, which I feel like in the past I've kind of liked this. Lately when I've been trying to use it, it's just not like highlighty enough for me. Like I just don't really see it. I don't know why that is, but it just feels like it's not showing up on me. So highlighter, the pencil though, the pencil is a little bit thicker than, you know, Micro Brow or, you know, the Brow Wiz. The Define a Brow or Brow Definer from Anastasia is, I think, a little thicker than this, but this is what the tip looks like. I don't know. First when I apply it, I'm like, it looks kind of chunky. My brows kind of look like they're cemented in place. But I mean, I don't know, like once I put my brow gel and everything on, I think they look pretty nice. I really like the way they look today using this, and I've used it, like I said, a couple times this last week, and when I first apply it, I'm not crazy about it, but then, you know, once I'm done with my actual brows, I'm pretty in love with the way they look. So this has kind of been a favorite. I do like this color too, the taupe color. I feel like it's a pretty good match, and it's actually pretty taupey in my opinion. It's not super warm or anything like that. So this has been a favorite. The formula is a lot creamier and smoother kind of than typical brow pencils. I feel like more brow pencils are a little on the drier side, and this one is pretty creamy. I feel like it actually kind of just like glides on. It just is really creamy. I don't know how I'm going to show that to you, but you can kind of see it there in my hand. It's just, it's so light. So it is kind of easy for it to get away from you, I feel like, in the fact that it's kind of creamy, and I know I've accidentally overdone it on the tail of my brows a couple times because it's so creamy, but overall it's really good and I do like it. Honorable mentions, I only have one this month, and that's just because I don't feel like I've used it enough to 100% say it's a favorite, but this is the Korres, I think it's Korres, Wild Rose Advanced Brightening Sleeping Facial. Got this in my Sephora Play box last month, and I was kind of like, oh, like that's cool, like I'm excited to try it, but I wasn't like over the moon about it, or, you know, like I can't wait to use this, I'm gonna try it out tonight kind of thing. I think I tried it like a week after I got my box, and I've tried it a few times since. It's just, I don't know, it's just like a very thick moisturizer is really what it feels like when you put it on. It smells like roses, of course, which I'm in love with that. I don't feel like it does a ton for brightening, but it does do a little bit. I think that if I had used it more regularly, I probably would have seen more brightening effects from it, but it's just, it's so moisturizing, and whenever I feel like I've been horrible to my skin, like I know last night I applied this because I was like, we went to Six Flags the day before, we were in the sun all day, you know, my skin is feeling pretty dry. I put this on this morning, my skin felt pretty much heavenly. It's just so soft and wonderful feeling. So I have kind of liked this month. Like I said, I haven't seen the brightening effects yet, but I'm sure that if I use it more regularly, I would. And I'm kind of thinking about purchasing this, so we'll see. Lastly, I actually have two unfavorites. There was one I found that I forgot I wanted to talk about. This is also from my Sephora Play box. This is the Tartiest or Tartiest. I've heard multiple people say it different ways. This is their little lip liner in Latergram. And I just think that this was not maybe the best sample. Because I swear I've played with the actual lip liners at work and I thought that they were pretty nice, and I'm like, yeah, they're like 20 bucks, but they do seem really nice. This is just so dry, and it took me literally forever to get this on. I think I kind of looked at the clock before I put it on, and when I was done it was like 5 or 6 minutes later. It just took so long to apply because it's so dry. It does suck that it's like a twist up that you can't twist back down, so once that product is twisted up, you know, it's twisted up, it's done. So that kind of sucks, but I feel like the formula is better than this, and maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I'll have to kind of play with them again at work, but I was just really disappointed in this and how dry it was. I don't mind that lip liners are dry because it kind of gives the lip product something to stick to, but at the same time this was just so like miserable to use. I kind of debate about just throwing it away and being done with it because it really wasn't that good. And I just have other lip liners that are way better. So I might give this another shot, but not happy with it right now. The other unfavorite this month is my Japonesque Luminous Skin Foundation. I really am very disappointed. I'm gonna have to try this with mixing drops, I think, or something, but it's a beautiful foundation. It's not full coverage. It's definitely like a light medium coverage foundation, which is kind of okay with me. That's really what I'm into for summertime, is just letting your skin show through. Like I know today I just have BB cream on. I don't have any concealer or anything. Like I can see my freckles and stuff, and this is just more what I like during the summertime. So the coverage and stuff finish of this is fantastic. However, this oxidizes horribly. It starts out and it's pretty good match for me, and then within an hour or two I am orange yellowy colored. Like it was just not good. I remember my boyfriend and I were going shopping and I was trying to look nice, and I was pretty pissed that I got in the car and noticed that my foundation was like orange, and there's at that point nothing I can do. We're in the car, we're getting ready to leave, so I really wasn't happy about that. I am gonna have to try to maybe get some lightning drops and maybe mix it with this and see if that'll help with the oxidation a little bit, and apply it maybe a little lighter than my skin, and then just as it oxidizes hopefully it'll be a better match. I don't know. Otherwise, if it doesn't seem to work, I'm probably just going to be getting rid of it, which kind of sucks because otherwise I do really like it. So that's kind of the only other unfavorite. I do have other foundations though that I feel like do somewhat similar things to this one, so it's not a huge loss, I guess, if I do have to get rid of it and pass it on to someone else. But that is it for my favorites, honorable mentions, and unfavorites. And I don't know, I don't really know what to tell you guys. I guess I want to get better about filming things, but you know, with everything going on and my son having no school now, and he's in summer school but it's only a few hours, so it's really not a lot of time for me to film. I'm gonna try to keep up with everything, but I just can't guarantee it, which really sucks because I do kind of miss filming. So anyways, that is it for today, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!